Today's show is called The TH and the HT of the Mental Anatomy on August 12th, 2026.
Huh. Well, the only word I can think of that starts with TH and ends with HT is thought. So I guess that has something to do with the mental anatomy. Did you know that that's MA as an accurate name or acronym in Latin? The mental anatomy.
Ma?
Yeah, Ma. It means land of. So it's the land of TH and HT. We'll find out what that really means in a minute. But regarding today's date, July. Did you lie to me again? No, I meant the month is July. So
August?
Well, it was July last month.
July, yeah.
I can't forget it because it was so harsh being July to for a whole month.
Yeah.
So August is the 8th month. It has the AU as a foundation for the authentic, which means non-decayable. If it's truly authentic, it can't die.
It's in the wind.
If it's truly authentic, it doesn't even get born. In other words, having the material experience of perishing is like a vacation from our eternal reality. Like we're eternal beings. We're having a vacation from being eternal beings. Our vacation includes murder, death, drama, eating, pooping, sex, all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah.
So people shouldn't get bent out of shape, although we're going to anyway, because we're in the land of
Ma,
the land of tricks. So we're also in the land of stars, because we all came from the eternal realm. So the word Ma star is pronounced master in English. So everybody's walking around as the master of their own reality. Isn't that great? So what we're doing right now is related to today's date, 8/12. So 8's the most sacred number. Everybody's made like an 8 with 4 above, 4 below, and a mysterious central absolute center crossing point. It's the 1-4-4 format. So we're all perfect, even though we like to play this vacation game. You know, you don't go on vacation, you do stuff different than you do when you're not on vacation.
it's true.
Right, so we're on a dying murder vacation. It's just like anything. We do it right here on Earth as perishing mortals. So the 12, the date today, the 12th, that's for the march. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Stay in formation and get information how to stay in formation. You know, like that's what it's like in the modern world. That's MW for man first, women second. It's out of order, but it's a way to experience dying and killing. All right, on with the show. The thought of the mental anatomy.
Thank you. Human tendencies, that's HT, develop in the hat. That's the HT of the body, the head, senses, and brain. We live in 3 planes of existence: energetic, physical, and mental. Our thoughts, which would be foundation TH, are assemblies made in our brains from the source of our power, the will. Most humans have been convinced to expend all their time and energy into the mental plane, where the mentalist can coax and coerce you into unnatural thoughts and beliefs and actions.
So the variety is fun and it allows us to be gods, except in order to be gods, we have to die and kill each other. So it's a fun vacation, but there's only one causal fire. Although we can witness fire burning things, there's only one causal fire as an element. That's the source of all the variety and the spread of creation. So each of us, in our zeal for variety and uniqueness, is also carrying a fragment of the most unique one inside our heart. You could think of it as the causal fire of all things, and you have a fragment of it in your heart. And that little acronym there, causal fire, is CF. So the child is the C, and the 6 is the matured child. The 3 and the 6, it's your dual existence as a unified child and a separated mature person. So this also represents the reason for your existence. The causal fire. So CF is 36 in digits, naturally, But that adds up to 9 or multiplies to 18, which adds up those two digits to 27, but they add up to 9. So 3/6, the causal fire, also includes 9.
This next section is called Divine Division and the knots, the NOTTS. Divine, divide, division. The root DI means one split into two of itself. The word divine means one split itself into two and then progressing like a vine. Divide is 3 parts, DI plus V plus I'd, meaning DI for the mother and feminine and first strike out from the source of all things. And the I'd is the collect and return effort of the father and the masculine. The V is the child of God born to each woman or man.
What a great way to divide things. It's like a perfect, absolute, perfect design. And somehow it transferred into our language. That's so nice.
That must say something about us.
Well, it's like little children that got lost in the woods, but whichever way they turn, there's a little arrow that tells them which way to go.
That's right. Thank you. Division is the same, but make vision a vision from the first and the counterfeit. Aggregated. Natural order torment tap.
Wait, that sounds like another acronym.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
The NOTT.
So what is this tap? This tap of torment from natural order? Why is there a tap of torment from natural order?
Well, it happens when one ignores the blatancy of natural order and the fruits of resonating with it.
Oh, okay. So basically, there's like this grand conclusion on one side of the room and endless death, rebirth, pain, and agony on the other side of the room. So you could face one side or the other side, or not. So if you face the side with torment, then natural order from the other side will just tap at you inside your body. It's like a little low frequency tap, 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 tap. So it's kind of torturous because occasionally you'll think about this tap and then you'll have to try to find some noise to chase you away from it. That's just the way things are in the modern world.
Mm-hmm. That's because you don't know what the tap is, but here we're explaining.
Well, it's a mystery. So what is a mystery?
The mystery always rises from the bog. All crimes are punished and no lies go unrevealed in a perfect world. Mystery equals mist and airy. Mystery and mastery and my story. It is so obvious. Please lower your blinders. Man has chosen preferences to his personally owned godhood, even though it means murder, pain, and never-ending deaths.
Well, if you're going to go on a vacation in Westworld, as I recall, you could do anything you wanted there. So we have a movie with Yul Brynner, the bald dude, and he played a lot of other cool things like the King of Siam or something like that. Anyway, Yul Brynner, he had hair once, but then he became more famous once he was bald. So Yul Brynner is your guy here. What are we talking about Yul Brynner again for?
God.
He was God. No, seriously, do you remember why I brought up Yul Brynner?
Was there a movie about murder, pain, and never-ending deaths?
I said Westworld.
Oh, yeah, Westworld.
So he was a star in Westworld, and Westworld was a place where rich people could go, and then they could become and do anything, and have virtual partners to do and become anything. As a matter of fact, the new world that's coming up in 2030, that will offer people the chance to be in Westworld for the next 900 million years until Earth expires. The demon entities from our past, they think they found a way to trap us in our own bodies, and that way they can basically harvest from and study the spark of God that we occupy inside our hearts. It's a pretty badass plan, if you ask me. They must be desperate as all fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Excuse me for cursing, but whenever I think about this evil plan they have, it makes me, aggravated.
That's core rage.
I would rather be aggregated than aggravated.
That's right.
Now it's all good. So the V is the variant, right? So the V between aggregated and aggravated.
It's the child
The
of
R
God.
in aggregated is the repeat of perfection.
Yeah.
The aggravated is tilted toward the V, which is the man's world. The A is the air world being. That's the feminine. So she carries the blueprint of creation, basically. She drops out of the sky, and as she's falling toward Earth, she creates the male. So the male's like a second figure, but they carry equal power as they roam the Earth together as man and woman. So it's a really cool design, if you don't mind me saying so. Anyway, I was talking to a guy, and he talks to me sometimes, and he wanted me to know that maybe I should keep on trucking. So
That's nice.
Why don't you read what he said?
Well, thank you. People do care, he says. Maybe they are busy. Don't delete the information. People will come back to it sometime.
Well, if they don't ask for help, have they proven they do not want help?
They're in a vegetative state. Most don't know they need help. They are doom scrolling. They need you to wake them up.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, Reformer. You take this message and you spread it as far and wide and for sure to the closest people in your life. Each human is born with a great power hiding in their heart, and that sources their anatomy, mentality, and their ability to create realities because they are an interface to God, the source of all unknown unknowns. This great power, as any great power, is immersed to an obligation to respond to it gracefully.
And we say in our zeal for uniqueness, we have created individually and as groups a grand separation of variety, a line of two extremes, with ourselves squarely in the middle as the mediator and representative of the axis of creation, God itself, seen in the symbol SNT. How long do we QR? That's question reality. Well, we have QRST. It spells cursed phonetically, and QR with the star in the middle, and ST spells Christ, voice. And that star is you and your partnership with your will. Let's do P. P is the symbol for perfection and point. Now you have PQRST, QRNST.
You have QR with the star and then ST. So the fifth element is the star between question reality and the stage of questioning reality. So the central figure in the stage of questioning reality is the will of the unique individual human being and the effects they have on others. They are the star because they're an interface to God itself and the axis of creation. So God is represented symbolically in the letter P as the perfection and the point, the absolute center. And then of course the QRST is either cursed. If you don't recognize yourself as the mediator and partner to God, then you play the role of cursed. If you see yourself as the mediator and the fifth element and partner to God itself, then your name becomes Christ.
Yeah, and the torture tap, it goes.
Well, it becomes an angel song instead of a torment tap.
Yeah.
Wait.
Whatever we give will return is what we must take. The only law of this environment and its forms. Cartoon is car plus tune, or the heart resonance. That's cardiac. So give me a question so you can take the solution. All things are evolutions of give and take. The sooner you see it, the sooner you can seize it. Simply ask, that's give, to receive, and that's take.
This section of the show is called Life is a Variety That Makes Creation's Tapestry. The word tapestry is speaking as a map when parsed. It's TP in the foundation, then E for the essence, then ST for the stage, then the RY, and this equals T. So it's the tapestry. The tau point bound to essence on the stage of repeating the return to Y. Because the path to God is wide, it's everywhere and in the things that we make, including language and the symbols and the speech. The SIP mode, the SIP mode, is spinning in place. But sipping, however, in order to get somewhere, is good.
And our chat partner said, the demons being their own basic instincts, life on earth is evil by default.
Well, earth is a respelling of heart. And the heart means the unity and the spread, which is the separations, the variety, and the uniquenesses. So demon means of mind.
This next section is BTC, possession of souls. Big tech companies.
That's BTC.
BTC.
That's Bitcoin too.
Oh, wow.
Big tech companies. Yo, who's the little bits? Yo, there's a code there because we're not little bits, we're the coins. We ride the edge and look at both sides as the mediator. Anyway, tell me more about the BTC, possession of souls by big tech companies.
These companies possess the ability to decode consumers' data presented in brain scans and translate that into written text. The data is revealed via agreements to the use of that technology. How the corporations use the data is hidden and kept behind closed doors in corporate and government boardrooms. The collected and processed data reveals highly sensitive and private details about one's mental and physical wellness or their cognitive state. Researchers have shown they can use AI models to read the brain data of patients watching videos and roughly reproduce the scenes those patients saw. Whoa. This decoding process becomes more rapid and efficient with the deployment of LLM and powerful generative AI models.
It's kind of like a merge with humans and the beast, wouldn't you think? There's nothing preventing today's currently published neurotechnology companies from misusing or selling the data to each other or the highest bidder due to the overwhelming zeal from the public for more conveniences from said providers. All but one, which would be 96% of the neurotech companies analyzed recently by Neuro Rights Foundation, have access to their consumers' brain data, which can include signals from an individual's brain or nervous system. More than half, 66.7% of these companies, explicitly publicly detail in their reports that they are selling consumers' data to multiple third parties and bidders.
Here's some backstory on neurotech. Neurotechnology is broadly defined as any device that can either record or manipulate brain activity, whether it's our shopping habits, Google searches, or Facebook friends. We are all aware that our online activity, movements, transactions, associations, and personal information are being collected and sold online for monetary and power gains. But what about our private and personal emotions and thoughts? Advances in corporate greed, neurotech and AI, the quiet and sly stealing of data directly from our biofields and brains are a clear and present danger as it can be collected and used without our consent by any of the parties our data is sold to. What else do we know about the brain manipulations? Well, long before technologies could record or interpret brain activity, Entertainers known as mentalists astonish audiences by seeming to read minds. Mentalists still perform on the stage and screen, and they have a few tricks up their sleeves for making feats of mind reading look remarkably real. Like magicians, mentalists combine techniques such as misdirection, sleight of hand, and psychology to suggest that they possess superhuman abilities. Mentalists also carefully study human behavior and mannerisms to uncover subtle clues that support the illusion of telepathy.
Almost all trickery is done with sleight of hand or omissions. So there's a few words that answer this interesting wonderment. And that would be mystery, magic, secret, and supernatural. So all four of those words have the basic definition or knowledge of the undefinable or unexplainable. But of course, once the magician's trick is understood, then it's no longer undefinable. Once the supernatural is understood, then it's no longer undefinable. So through mental persuasions over decades and ages, we can be and have been convinced of these separations between what can be known and what is unknown, and where the source of each of them actually reside.
The famous mentalist Oz Perlman said once in a talk, if you know how you think.
If I know.
What? If I know how you think, I know what you think. While mentalist isn't mind reading, While mentalism isn't mind reading, it's still entertaining to watch, especially when the audience can't guess how the trick was done. For Dutch mentalist Timon Kraus, his goal as a performer is simply inspiring the audience with a sense of wonder. He says, I just want them to have an experience where they start to think that, well, maybe that was magical.